In this video, I'm going to be comparing Anthem of the Seas versus MSC Virtuosa slash Grandiosa. Hi guys, it's your base here, and in this video I'm going to be comparing Anthem of the Seas and MSC Virtuosa slash Grandiosa. Now why do I say both those ships, the MSC ones, is because Anthem's here for the 2 years, Virtuosa's here this year, and Grandiosa is next year. I've been on both ships. They are basically identical apart from Rob the Robot, so it's not a massive difference. It is an extra on Virtuosa, but it's not the biggest difference. And I was just thinking they are both family friendly ships and for young adults, and comparing them as people might be looking saying I might want to go on Anthem or MSC. There is a third one, I would say Disney, but they are way too expensive for this list. These two are comparable. So I have 5 rounds that I'm going to be comparing these two ships. The first one is food and bars. Second one is entertainment on board. 5th one is the activities they have. 4th one is the value you get for your money. And the 5th one is suites. I have sailed on Royal Caribbean and MSC in these suites, so I have a bit of experience about that, so I thought I'd share that. Round 1 is food and bars on board these ships. These ships have a good selection of options. So we're going to start with complimentary. When you're on MSC Virtuosa slash Grandiosa, you are got the main dining room and the buffet, and that's basically it for complimentary. The buffet has got a really big, it's huge and it's got lots of selection. But if you go over to Anthem of the Seas, they have the main dining room, or the 4 separate ones on this one, but it's the same menu in all of them now. The buffet, the Windjammer, classic place. They also have Toronto's Pizza, Cafe Promenade, and the hot dog place in Seaplex. That's all off the top of my head. So they have a bit more of the selection of the complimentary around the ship, which I do prefer. I do think on Virtuosa slash Grandiosa, they are missing a complimentary food place on the Galleria. Because I was just thinking if they had even like a cafe where they did like free like nibble like sandwiches, and it would just make people go there more. Because I just everything around the Galleria you have to pay for. So I was just thinking if they had a Cafe Promenade there, it would make people go there more and make a bit more of an atmosphere. That's always what I've thought. Because I like the Esplanade Promenade what Royal Caribbean do with the Toronto's Pizza, Cafe Promenade. Yeah, and they're complimentary and they're open very late, so it's good for nibbles. Now with the buffet on board both ships, on Royal Caribbean, which I haven't been on in 3 years, which is very surprising, but when I was last on it, they closed it at 9 o'clock, the buffet, or 10 o'clock. They closed it really earlier than I thought. It's due to food waste. When we were first on cruising, that buffet was open all day, all night, basically. But I do understand why they close every ship closing now, because you don't throw food away for no reason. But on Virtuosa slash Grandiosa, they open it back up for midnight snacks for like an hour, hour and a half, and it always packs. They open like a quarter of the buffet, and it's got pizzas, chips, burgers, and it's just a nice little nibble because you always get a bit hungry before you go to bed. So I think that's a really good thing that MSC do. So yeah, they have both ships have really good complimentary. Now let's get into the speciality. So the speciality restaurants on board, both ships have a really good selection. They both have sushi bars. On Royal Caribbean and Anthem it's called Izumi. On MSC Virtuosa slash Grandiosa it's called Kato. On Anthem it's only sushi bar, it's no takoyaki. So it is a plus for MSC as they do have that, because the takoyaki experience is really cool. If you want to do it and they cook it in front of you, I would highly recommend it. But the sushi bars, I've eaten both of them, and they're both very delicious. I can't really remember to compare both of them, but they're really good, and I would recommend going there if you're on either ship. They both have steak restaurants. On MSC Virtuosa slash Grandiosa it's Butcher's Cut. On Royal Caribbean Anthem of the Seas it is Chops Grill. And it's steak, what else do you expect? It's beautifully cooked steak and it's very delicious. Royal Caribbean have Wonderland, which isn't a restaurant, that is on the Alice in Wonderland themed. I ate there on Anthem when I was on there in 2015, and it was a really cool experience. A very, very weird food. I am going to go back and do it on Wonder or Anthem this year, depending on if I can book on one of them, and I will definitely do a review on it again. Yeah, it's really cool food. If you want a really cool experience that you can't really find in many places, I would 100% go to Wonderland. On MSC, another specialty restaurants, they have enochi, which is a Vietnamese food with a French twist. I never actually ate there, but I think it was Antonio, the CEO, said it was the best restaurant on the ship. He absolutely loved it. So take the CEO's recommendation and go there if you're on board. If you want a cheaper option for specialty, on Anthem of the Seas, they have Johnny Rockets, which if you're in the UK, if you ever ate at Ed's Diner, basically the same, just at sea. Really good milkshakes. On other ships, it's like £10, like flat fee, and you just get as much food as you want. On Anthem, if I'm not mistaken, when I was on there last, this was 2015 by the way, so they could have changed it. It was like a pay as you go, so it was like money for chips and burger, like it just wasn't a flat fee. So I think it's still like that. So I'll find out for you guys in October when I'm on board, but I think that's what it's like. It's not the flat fee that it is on other ships. If you go over to MSC Grandiosa / Virtuosa, on the Galleria, they have a bunch of little, like, they have a chocolate cafe which do really good hot chocolates, and they do like chocolate snacks that you make your own bar with your own kind of chocolate, and like I put hazelnuts and caramel sauce or caramel bits on it, and then they also have a crepe and gelato paste, and these are all done by John Philippe. I can never pronounce his name right, but that guy. And yeah, it's really nice food. It's not too expensive, so if you just want to pick something up that's a bit different, those are the two places definitely to go. So round 2 is entertainment. So both of these ships have a proper theatre and like this other room. I will explain the other room, kind of hard, but I will explain myself on that. So let's go to the theatre. They both have a theatre, and they on Royal Caribbean they have Broadway shows. So on Anthem of the Seas, it's We Will Rock You, the Queen one. I'm not big into theatre, so it was good. My dad enjoyed it, but people will enjoy it better than me because it's not really my thing. But on MSC do just dancing to songs, and it's quite hard to understand what's going on sometimes. We did go and see one when on board the New York one on Virtuosa, or Big Apple, something like that. And basically, because MSC, it was a last minute change to bring Virtuosa to the UK when we first went on. They don't do any like speaking, because when they do, they normally go around the Mediterranean and they get people on every stop. Malta, Italy, France, Spain, they get them all on, so they can't cater for a language because there's so many on board. So that's why MSC go to this like Broadway show style, because to cater for, it's just dancing, so anyone can look at dancing. So that's why if it goes from the UK, it is like that, because they could change that, because it is going from the UK and exclusively the UK, so there's no reason why they can't change it, but that's what MSC do, and that's why it's like that. So I prefer the Broadway shows because I get what's going on more, so that would edge it for me. What I mean by the other rooms, so on Anthem of the Seas, it's called 270, and during the day it's like a bar, lounge kind of relaxation area, and they do like other things in there, and then it comes to this like amazing entertainment with like this. So 270 is the 270 going round of windows that you can see outside. They project stuff on them. I never actually got to see a show on it, so I'm really looking forward to going to see one when I'm on board. And they have like 6 100-inch robotic screens that move and dance to the show, and they have people coming from ropes and coming from everywhere. So it's not really like a theatre, it's like kind of like a multi-purpose arena kind of thing. But then on Virtuosa / Grandiosa, they have the like Cirque du Soleil. It's not called Cirque du Soleil anymore because they went bust, but it's their own version of it. Yeah, but you have to go and pay to watch that. That's the difference with MSC and Royal Caribbean. You have to go and pay, I think it was £16. You do get a drink, not a very nice drink, if I may add. So it was a really cool show. Because Cirque du Soleil did go bust, it was branded Cirque du Soleil, but then pandemic, all that. I think Royal Caribbean do it a bit better on Anthem of the Seas because it is a multi-purpose area, so you can go to there during the day. I went and filmed in the other place when I was on Virtuosa. It's just deserted all day, apart from when they do a few shows in there in the evening. It's completely a waste of space during the day. They do have a comedian in there sometimes, but I was just thinking they could make it better, like Royal Caribbean have it where they have lounges and a bar in there, so you can use it when it's not a theatre. So yeah, those are the two of, like, if you want to go and sit down and watch a show kind of areas. Now we're going to talk about music venues on board. On Anthem of the Seas, they have the music hall, which is a 2-storey where they have a live band, they have a dance floor, seating, pool tables. This is a really nice place to listen to music. On Virtuosa/Grandiosa, they have lots of places around the ship. They have Virtuosa bar, they have them in the French cafe kind of thing. They have a band in there. On the atrium, they have a band. In the pub, Master of the Seas, they have a live band in there as well. So there's lots of music around the ship to go and listen to, and yeah, it's always good to listen to live music while having a drink on these cruise ships. And on both ships, they have all the classics like the quizzes and other activities around the ship on like the pool deck and stuff to keep you entertained during the day. So number 3 is activities on board. I'm going to start with MSC Virtuosa/Grandiosa. I'm going to start on top deck with the 3 water slides, which are really cool. Anthem of the Seas doesn't have water slides, so that's a plus. They also have the ropes course, and they also have on top deck the splash away like kids area with a smaller slide, and they can splash around with a pool in there, so that's really cool. I have a video of the ropes course in my channel if you want to check that out. And then if you go inside, they have the amusement park with the F1 simulator, bowling. The F1 simulator is amazing. They have the VR arena thing. I didn't actually do that. And they have the 4D cinema with the massive indoor like five-a-side pitch, which is and basketball court, which is really cool. Especially these ships are really good built for the UK weather. But the problem with MSC, with the amusement park, you have to pay for it as you go. With Royal Caribbean, most activities are included, so you don't have to pay. But for the F1, it was £12 to go for 5 minutes. The bowling was like £40. The cinema was like £10. So you have to factor that into the cost of the holiday. So if you go over to Anthem of the Seas at Royal Caribbean, they have the Seaplex, which is the indoor sports area, which is really cool. They have bumper cars, roller skating, then they change it to football, basketball. They have the floating DJ booths, so they can have a party in there. They're like 4 pods that has Xbox, table tennis, football table, and air hockey. And yeah, but the bumper cars and all that is all included in the price of your fare. So then if you go outside, they have the rock wall next to Gigi the giraffe. So that is cool. They have a rock wall. Then they have the flow rider, which most Royal Caribbean ships, if you've been on them, have the flow rider. It is really fun and really cool to do, and you can make you can embarrass yourself because it's really funny when you fall over. And then also they have the skydiver machine, and again all of this is included in your fare. So that's the difference between MSC and Royal Caribbean, is that most of the activities are included. And then they have the really big thing, the North Star. Now, I'm not sure if this one you have to pay for now. When I was on it in 2015, you didn't. But some ships you have to pay for it, some ships you don't. So I don't want to say that you don't have to pay for it, because you might have to. I'm going to find out in October when I'm on board, and I will tell you guys in my review. But when I was on it, you didn't have to pay for it. But there are some where you do. So depends where you go from as well and what ship. So yeah, I'm not going to say you don't have to pay for that one, but it is a really cool thing to do, the North Star. I would highly recommend if you're on board. So those are some of the activities on board, and again, all the ships have massive swimming pools, indoor and outdoor. So again, these ships are really good for the UK market. So if you go downstairs into the promenade, They both have, well, Virtuosa, not Grandiosa, and Anthem have their own robotic bars. Virtuosa has Rob the Robot, which is a really cool animatronic, not animatronic, humanoid robot, I think that's how you say it. And then if you go on to Anthem Seas, they have the Barnic bar, which is like 2 robot arms that make your drinks. So there's 2 different types that you go on it, and yeah, you sure you can find videos on them. They are really cool to watch. So both ships have really cool activities, but I think Anthem just edges it with the Flowrider and the Skydiving Simulator and the North Star. They're just so really cool to have on ships, and even the bumper cars. Because it's actual bumper cars, it's not Dodgems, because you have to sign waivers that you're not going to sue them if you get injured. So it's proper bumper cars. So I think also it's included in your fare. So I think Anthem just edges it on this one for me. Round 4 is what you get for your money. Like I've already said, MSC is you have to pay for most of your activities, some of the shows, and there's not as many complimentary restaurants. And on Royal Caribbean, there's a few more complimentary restaurants. You get most of your activities included. I'm not sure about North Star, and you get all your shows included. So that obviously is going to change the prices. So I tried to find 2 cruises, and I used the world's first and only cruise booking app, My Kind of Cruise, and I found 2 7-night cruises in May that go to the same place, Norway. So they are quite comparable with prices, and it's the same length of cruise. So I was looking at them, and I was looking at the prices for internal balcony, and internal and a balcony, and so I saw for MSC the price of the cruise was £1,108. So, and then Royal Caribbean was £1,632. So it's quite a massive difference. That's like a £500 difference, and so it all depends about what you want to do. Because if you don't want to do the activities, then why not go with MSC? Because you're not going to get the value worth, and you might as well not pay for the activities that you're just paying for someone else to go on. So that's what you need to think in mind if you think about booking these cruises. Then on the balcony was £1,594 on MSC and £1,984 on balcony. So again, there's a massive difference, and again, if it's all about the activities and what you want to do. Are you going to go and watch the Cirque du Soleil show? If not, then you don't need to pay for that. Are you going to do the F1 simulator? Because if you're not, it's not included in your cruise fare. You're just paying for basically food and beds and the swimming pools. All the swimming pools are included. So it all depends. Like I said, I keep saying it, but it all depends about what you want to do on your holiday. So MSC are the cheaper option out there. But again, if you're going with a younger family, they're going, oh, the bumper cars look cool. This Flow Rider, the Rock Wars, they are all included in your fare on Royal Caribbean. But if you go to MSC and thinking, oh, my son wants to do the F1 simulator, and that's £12 to go for 5 minutes, and the bowling isn't cheap at all. Think about a family of 4. If you normally go down to your like local 10-pin bowling, it's like £20. I'm not sure. I haven't gone in years, but on MSC it's like £40 for an hour, and you get about 2 goes in that because you each have to take a turn, and you only have 2 lanes. So it all depends what your holiday is about. And again, if you're just going on a cruise just to go to Norway, then pick MSC because it's the cheapest one. So it's all about what you want to do. And round 5 is suites. Now I'm lucky enough to have travelled on suites on Royal Caribbean and on MSC, so I thought I'd give a bit of an opinion on that. So Royal Caribbean, you have Grand Suites and higher get the suite privileges. Junior Suites get double points, and so you get the concierge lounge, and you get a few amenities around the ship, like reserved some lounges that are just always there for you, and an extra seat in the theatre in like a good spot that they will keep reserved for you 10 minutes before the show, so you can turn up and use that. MSC do suites a bit differently. They have suites, they have the Yacht Club, and then they have suites outside the Yacht Club, so you don't have to go for that ship within a ship that they do. So MSC have suites outside the Yacht Club, so you can, it's called Aurora Experience, and you get access to the suites, and you have your own restaurant, and you have your own little pool deck called Top 19, which is cool additions. But then MSC also have this Yacht Club, which is a ship within a ship, where you have your own restaurant, your own bar, your own pool deck with a swimming pool and a jacuzzi and an outside eating area. So it's a really cool experience, and if you have the chance and you're on the ropes if you should do the Yacht Club or not, you should definitely do the Yacht Club. It's a very good experience. So I think MSC just edge it there with the suite experience if you're in the Yacht Club. If it's just level, then it just depends what you want to do on board with the activities and the shows and whatnot. So yeah, I think MSC definitely edge it with the Yacht Club with suites for me. So over the 2 ships, you will be very lucky to go on either of them next summer or this summer. So I hope this video helps you if you're going about to book or you're thinking about either one of these ships. So I hope I've helped you. I think Anthem just edges it for me with the activities on board and that they're included. I like having it all in one cost kind of thing. So yeah, I hope it helps. If put in the comments below if you're going on any of these ships next year or you're thinking about booking it, or which one would you pick if both of them were there and you had a ticket for either one. Which one would you pick? Put in the comments below. This has been my comparison for Anthem of the Seas and MSC Virtuoso / Grandiosa. Thank you so much for watching. It's very much appreciated. If you like what you see, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. It'd be very much appreciated and it really helps me out. If you want to look at that app that I was using to look at the pricing, they have the best pricing out there. It's My Kind of Cruise. Link will be in the description. Go down and definitely download it. I'm also on Instagram and on TikTok, so please go and give me a follow. Link will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching. It's been Shitfaced here, and I will see you guys in the next video.